Okay, so it's time for our second most frequently asked question. How long should I run my contest? Now, this always comes back to, is your prize compelling? We talked in the other video about picking the perfect prize, which is a huge factor not only for getting the right kinds of leads, but to actually getting leads to engage and act irrationally in your favor. So you have to ask yourself, do I have a compelling prize? Is it an exclusive opportunity that people are actually going to be excited enough to share more than once? And then you have to say, how can I entice people to really engage and to make this contest really work? So the first question we have, is there a deadline for the end goal of this contest? Is this contest for a webinar or event? And how much runway do you have until that event happens? Are there multiple people that are going to be promoting your contest in general, specifically if you have an event? For events, we find that typically around 1 week is sort of the sweet spot. And the pro tip here is to, during the contest collection, ask for an SMS number with someone like Call Loop so that you can actually send them an SMS and really make sure that you boost attendance. And people also sometimes give away the prizes on the call. So those are some things to consider if you're doing a live event. The next question you want to ask is, do you have a large audience? And that's okay if you don't, but every warm entry has a referral half-life. And if you have a large audience, you can get a lot larger half-life after promoting to your own audience. And this essentially means that bigger audiences can sustain longer contests more easily. But the traditional sweet spot for non-event related contests is typically between 2 and 4 weeks. And one good way to sort of spread this out without annoying your audience, because you don't want to just tell them every single day, hey, we have a contest, we have a contest, we have a contest, is to rotate your reminders through your various social channels. So maybe today you remind them on Facebook, and then tomorrow or the next day it's on Twitter and Google+, because you'll probably find you have a lot of overlap between different channels, but you have enough of a mixed different audience that every day or few days you can remind people through social and it'll be fine. So the next question you have to ask yourself when deciding how long do you want to run this is, do you have a budget? Because it's great to email your list in the beginning to let them know the contest started. It's great to email them at the end and say, hey, it's about to be over. And even in the middle, maybe once, to say, just as a friendly reminder, we have this contest going on. Now, longer contests work, but they just need traffic. And larger audiences can usually do 4 weeks organically in the way I just described, emailing beginning, middle, and end. But smaller audiences sort of struggle past 2 weeks because their half-life just doesn't have a big enough curve to it to see the results of multiple layers deep. But every single contest can benefit from targeted ads because it front loads your funnel and gets you more leads. And even several dollars a day can make a huge impact on the size and scope of your contest. So let's talk about some notification hot zones, because not every reminder is created equal. Now, as I mentioned, people get excited at the start and finish of anything, right? Because at first, in the beginning, they say, hooray, I have something to win. And when they get towards the end, it says, hey, this is my last chance to get in. But often people like to re-engage in the middle of a contest as well. So to sort of frame this up and summarize it, most contests do well between 2 and 4 weeks. So if you have a small audience of several thousand on your email list or less, you probably want to shoot for about 2 weeks. Now, if you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, of course, 4-week contest is certainly doable and feasible. Now, the smaller the audience, you can actually extend the length of a good contest by adding advertising dollars to the mix. Now, I know it's not in the cards for everyone, but that is simply how you do it, because for a contest to work, it needs traffic. Now, for the live event, like I said, 1 week is sort of the sweet spot. And if you can get other people to promote it, that's fantastic. And if you can get them on an SMS list as well, that's even better. So I hope this kind of frames up the traditional time frames based on what you're doing to give you an idea of how long do I run my contest. All right, well, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know, but we hope that was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon.